All right, we want to dedicate this episode to everyone who is kicking off the new year with a weight loss or health-related New Year's resolution. We'd like to talk to you a little bit about one of your options, which is a juice cleanse. And we have our resident juice cleansing expert here, Ms. Kathy Robinson. Kathy, first and foremost, why did you decide to do a juice cleanse?
I wanted a way to start the new year to be healthier. Of course, everybody wants to lose that 5-10 pounds that you've gained over Christmas and Thanksgiving, and I want that too. But more than that, I want to I'm just tired of being unhealthy, and so I thought this would be a good way for me to start trying to be healthier. And I'm not a fanatic saying you have to be all this or all that. I want to just gradually get into more healthier things, foods, lifestyle, activities, you name it. And this was the start for me.
Is this your first cleanse?
It's my first juice cleanse. I've done the master cleanse, and it was extremely difficult. I was not able to do it. So this, to me, is a simpler alternative.
So let's talk specifically about this experience. No solid food for 3 whole days. What was that first day like?
The first day was weird. I had a really bad headache the first day because even though they may or may not be related, I just happen to have a headache. But if you have any kind of addiction to caffeine, you're going to have difficulty. So they say that what you need to do is you need to just gradually cut your caffeine before you start this cleanse. But I have no intention of cutting out caffeine. I like it and I'm going to drink it. So that was the most difficult, making sure I got enough caffeine in. So to accommodate that need, I drank a cup of coffee each morning. So that's the only thing that I did outside of the 6 juices.
So you were able to just drink the juices all day, every day. We've talked to people who said that this cleanse specifically has made them feel full. Did you ever at any point feel full?
No, I didn't. I did use the bathroom a lot. So if you do this, you're going to run back and forth to the bathroom because you have a lot of fluids in you. And they also encourage you, these are the 6 bottles here, by the way. So you start out with a green drink, then you have like more of this one has more orange, grapefruit. It's more of a fruity drink. Then you have another green drink. Then you have a charcoal drink, which is good for, it's more for cleansing. And then you have another green drink, so you have 3 green drinks. And then you have this protein drink, which is your last. So just for your information, you have more calories in the first of the day. You start off with 190. And then you gradually come down, and then by the 5th drink you're at 130. And so the evening drink is the highest calorie drink. It's got 430 calories, and it's got the most protein as well. So this will help you, and they say you can switch these around. You can do whatever. You can switch this, however you want to do it, but I prefer to have this drink at night so I'm not waking up in the middle of the night with hunger pains. So there's a lot of fluids. Actually, by today, I was not able to drink them fast enough. By the time one was done, it was time for another one. So I felt like there was just too much liquid, actually.
Tell me about the taste.
The taste is probably something you will have to get used to, especially the green drinks. If they have celery or cucumber, you will really taste that. However, I would suggest, for me, doing it this way was better because I paid somebody and the drinks were already processed, rather than trying to make the drinks myself, because my neighbor, she tried to make the drinks herself and she said they were all chunky and she didn't know the right ingredients to put in each drink. So she was just like putting stuff in, and she wound up actually quitting after the first day. So I think that they being the company I went with, Nekter, they have sort of a recipe as to what to put in each drink to give you what you need as the day goes on. So again, the first day I had a big problem with several of the drinks. They tasted horrible. But by the third day, actually they weren't that bad. So believe it or not, they actually get better.
And as we talked about, they start out with the higher calories, and then they slowly kick the calories down, and then they ramp it up at the very end with a high calorie. I believe we added the total calorie content for your day at around 1,200, maybe slightly over.
Yeah, so the calories in this is just low enough to where if you did this for 3 days, theoretically you should lose a pound or two, I would think. However, if you do it any longer than 3 days, I've read that it's not good for your body.
How do you feel physically? You have one more drink left in the 3-day series. How do you feel?
I mean, I'm not hungry, like starving, but I can tell you that since this started, anytime people walk by me with lunch at work, or anytime people are eating around me, I'm very sensitive to the smell of the food, and I want it. So, but you're not hungry. I mean, you have enough nutrients in your body, but it's difficult not chewing.
So, to wrap it up, scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate this, and what do you think the main benefit was, and where do you feel like it was maybe not what you had expected?
So on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it a 6, and I'll tell you why. I'm still not 100% sure or sold on the fact that a juice cleanse is necessary. I've done some research, and there are very mixed opinions. And I think that the opinion that I probably most agree with is that your body, it detoxes and it flushes on its own. It doesn't really need you to do a cleanse for that purpose. Plus, I'm not 100% sold on the fact that these juices have so much sugar and carbs. Because I'm sort of an Atkins follower, my thinking is you want to stay away from high carbs and high sugar. But now I'm going exactly against that. So I was trying to figure out if, because these drinks don't have a lot of protein, that they had to have carbs and or sugar to be able to sustain your energy. Otherwise, you wouldn't have any source of nutrients to provide you energy. And so that's my thinking as to why the carbs and the sugar are higher. But I don't know if this, for me, if this is going to be something that is going to promote weight loss physically. I think for me it's mental. So now I've sort of started the year, I've invested time and money in this process, and I think that it gives me motivation to not only eat healthier and to do better. It sort of gives me the confidence, because I can juice cleanse for 3 days and not cheat. So there's no reason why I can't live my life healthier. And the one thing I will encourage you to do is, though, if you decide to do a juice cleanse, to do research as to the different companies and the different kinds of juices and the nutrients in the juice, because I didn't do that. I just sort of assumed that all the juices were very similar in content, calorie count, carbs, because I just didn't know, and I still don't really know. So I would encourage you to look at the different companies to see, if they do cleanses, what kind of nutrients and what is the nutrition label on these bottles, and what does it all mean? Like, what's the science behind it, so you can understand what you're doing with this stuff and the purpose of it. And so,
okay, really quick, one more question. What was your favorite flavor?
My favorite was the charcoal, believe it or not.
Really?
It tastes sort of like lemonade, Kool-Aid that doesn't have enough sugar.
That's a shining endorsement. Kool-Aid with not enough sugar.
Yes.
Kathy, thank you very much for your help, and we'll check in with you in a few days to see how it's going.
Thank you.